Super Mario Maker, isn't this just the Mario game of your dreams? I mean, you can make your own 2D Mario levels. I wish it was 3D, but you can make your own 2D Mario levels. It was such a fun game, and Nintendo knew it, and they eventually ported it over to the Nintendo 3DS, so you can basically make levels on the go. If you're in a train, let's make a level. I don't know, you're in a plane, let's make a level. You're swimming, hey, let's make a level. And I'm not gonna lie, sure, this thing missed a couple stuff like the mystery mushroom or stuff like that, so this isn't the complete version, so get out of here. But we were still hoping for new updates and that added new stuff into the game, like I don't know, a new theme or stuff like that, but we never got that, and we were waiting and waiting, and then eventually in Nintendo Direct they announced Super Mario Maker 2, just out of nowhere. I mean, maybe by leaks, but it was super exciting, and I couldn't wait. It's like 4 freaking months. It was so freaking and then we were waiting and waiting, and eventually, Super Mario Maker 2 came out. So today we're going to be talking about Super Mario Maker 2. What is there into the game? What did it add new? And what does it do differently than the original? But before I want to go into anything, I do want to say the last couple of weeks kind of killed the hype for me. I understand. I'll tell you guys right now why, and then we're going to go into the rest. So, a couple YouTube channels, they got like review copies from Super Mario Maker 2. I didn't get one, that's sad. But they basically uploaded everything they could about Super Mario Maker 2, and it kind of killed the game for me. There was one level, for example, they played one level, then 60 other freaking YouTubers did it as well. And it just kind of got boring to see the same old things. It's like, oh yeah, just don't watch it, but come on, I just had to. And a lot of more people also uploaded things like what can you do in Mario Maker 2 that you couldn't do in 1, what is there different, like like Easter eggs, or for example, some more level creation or stuff like that, or you just spoiled entirely what's in the Maker section, and those kind of last weeks kind of killed it for me. But I was still hyped to play Super Mario Maker 2, and here it is, finally. So we're going to be talking about the story mode in this game, because there is a story mode, although it's simple, and I'll give you guys my opinion on it. I want to show you guys what is new in this game, and we did a prediction video if you've seen that, so I'm going to be telling you guys what I got right and what I got wrong, pretty much everything, and I also tell you what I want to see in future updates for Super Mario Maker 2. So without further ado, let's get going. So basically the story is simple. Mario and the gang have built a new castle for Princess Peach. And they're done with it, but they left a reset rocket around. And then Undo Dog comes around, and he just hops around and sniffs a little bit, but he is actually the one that pressed the reset rocket. Now the castle is getting resetted, and you have to rebuild the castle by playing Nintendo courses and earning money, and in that way you can rebuild the castle. Each floor or section costs a different amount of coins and stuff like that, so you basically have to collect coins, and if you do that, you get those coins with the payment. And I do gotta say, I like these levels. For what I've played, I like them. They're better than Mario Maker 1's sample courses, that's definitely something. And I think the reason for this as well is because in Mario Maker 1, people that wasn't really experienced with like creating levels, and Nintendo's like, okay, how are we gonna do this? Like, we're gonna give them a whole bunch of opportunities. What is the best way to let them introduce to the new mechanics and stuff? But in 2, they're like, okay, maybe people played 1, so we can make some better levels. And I gotta say, for what I've played, they are fun. Showing what new things are in the game, showing the new clear conditions, which is new, and stuff like that. And I love how they implement stuff like, oh, there's a new clear condition here, and they make a unique level around it, instead of just boring sample courses from Mario Maker 1. Alright, so now I want to be talking about the making of Super Mario Maker 2. What you can create, and stuff like that. What is new, and what disappointed me. So Super Mario Maker 2 did definitely add a lot of stuff into the making part of Super Mario Maker 2. A big example of that is slopes. Everyone wanted slopes. I didn't. I like them now, but I didn't. And we got that with so much more. Like, for example, we got my new favorite enemy, Bonsai Bills. I love them. I use them a lot in my levels. And I have so much creativity with them. But they already added so much stuff. I don't even know what they could add in the new updates, because I hope they will update this game eventually with more items or stuff like that. I mean, for example, the on and off blocks. You can make so much puzzles with it. and you can make so much unique stuff with it. Or the bonsai bills, you can make so much chasing levels with it. Or also even puzzle options, because for example in a 3D world style, they can also come from the background, and if you get power-up, you can redirect them to go straight and break a wall, for example. And to me that was kind of mind-blowing, because now I have so much more ideas with it. But of course, with some things, come also some disappointments, but we're gonna get to that in a minute. But probably the biggest thing they added is Super Mario 3D World. Oh my god, this is epic. I do want to keep in mind, if you're gonna buy this game, that if you make a level in New Super Mario Bros. U and you wonder how does this look at 3D World, it's gonna delete your whole level. So do keep that in mind. In the beginning, when they announced this game, I was like, oh, are we gonna have Piranha Creepers in New Super Mario Bros. U as well? And are we always gonna have them in Mario World and Mario 3? But no, they're only exclusive to 3D World, which is kind of disappointing in my opinion. But they also added a lot of, like, skip squeaks, like we never seen those before except for 3D World, so it kinda made sense in one way. I am happy though that the bonsai bills made it in every style. The one thing that doesn't make sense though is that Fire Brothers are exclusive to 3D World. That's something I don't understand. Like, it's so stupid. I don't understand why that's the thing. I get some things like the bullies or, the Koopa car or Meowser even, but why Fire Bros? Again, we're gonna get to that in a minute when I'm gonna be talking about everything that disappointed me about the game. But I always say, how less there is, how more it opens for creativity. But I do gotta say, that theme is kinda lacking some things, but we're gonna go to that in a minute, as I said. But probably also the second biggest thing they added is the night themes in Mario Maker 2. You don't have to use the moon, so I think that's a pretty positive thing, because I was like, okay, I want to make some night levels, but I don't really want to make the moon, because let's say I make a boss or something. Oh wait, you saved the moon for the boss. Well, there goes my boss. So I'm happy you don't have to use the moon course part. A thing I'm also not really happy about is that you have to use the gimmicks of the theme in order to use it. For example, I didn't really want to make a level where Goombas float. I mean, I should say I don't mind them, but I also wish there was also an option to turn those off as well. Because, what if I just want to make a normal ground level that doesn't have anything to do with Goombas, like floating, or chain jumps having longer chains? Of course, I don't mind them being there, but I also would love if there was an option to turn them off. But of course, it even opens the door for even more creativity. And you know what's cool? Like, each town does something unique with the themes. For example, as I just said, the ground theme makes Goombas float and let chain jumps have longer change. And maybe there's even some other stuff, but I haven't really played around with this style too much, so I don't really know. So if there's something I missed, then let me know. Then the underground theme. This theme is really cool for, like, reflection levels, if you know what I mean. What this does is it makes the level upside. I love this. I really do. I love this. I will definitely use this for some level. It makes the level go upside down. It's super cool. For example, you go through a pipe. It's the same room there, but you're on a ceiling this time, like, technically speaking. Then the underwater theme is okay as well. It makes the whole water dark, and I like this for, makes it kind of a little bit creepy here and there, and I like it. The desert theme has, like, sandstorms blowing from each direction. Each style does something new. Like Mario Brothers, I think it goes from the right and blows to the left. Mario Bros. U, it keeps blowing to the right, like from the left to the right. And I think Mario Bros. 3 switches from right to left. And I think Mario World also does that, but I'm not entirely sure. And this is also the only theme I know that they do something different with each style. And what I mean by that is, like, for example, on the new Super Mario Bros. U, I'm just saying something, ground theme Goombas float, but in the original Mario Brothers, Koopas will also float, so I don't know, I'm just saying something here, but I don't know if each style does something different, but at least I know that for the desert theme. Then, the ice theme. I was really excited when they showed this, to be honest. Like, I love my ice levels. What that basically does is make everything super, super slippery. From snake blocks, to just ground, to barn blocks, to anything. Blocks, basically. And this is also something I will really have much creativity with. Then, the sky theme. This is also really cool, because now there's also sound effects in the game, new sound effects in the game. For example, in Mario Galaxy music, and there's low gravity here, so you can, for example, make Mario Galaxy themed levels, and I flippin' love it. Like, this will work really well if you make certain levels with the Mario Galaxy. Then, the jungle theme. This is something really cool. The water turns into poison. And I like the poison actually, I really do. Basically, if you touch the poison, you instantly die. So you gotta watch out. This is just something about the night theme of the jungle. I don't really like the background of this particular theme. Like for example, the ghost house is just the ghost house. But on the jungle theme, it's sort of a space theme. I wish you saw actual jungle trees in the background or something to know, oh, it's jungle, you know what I'm saying? Because literally the underground theme, the ground theme, and everything like that has the same background except for underwater, ghost house, and I think airship as well. Then the night theme does kind of the same thing as the water theme, only this time you're not swimming. And then the airship theme, which I think is pretty cool. So what it does is you're basically walking on land while the enemies act like they're in the water. So you can basically put fishes in the air, like dry bone fishes in the air, and they will all act like they're in the water, which I think is pretty dope. And Mario still acts like normally he's walking on the ground, which I think is pretty dope. And then for the castle, it's basically the exact opposite. The enemies float this time like normal, so they don't float at all, but Mario acts like he's in water. So this time everything is normal except Mario is swimming in the water. Alright. Now I'm gonna be talking about things that kinda disappointed me in this game. Yeah, it's a maybe a lot, but not as much as other people complain, like they freaking complain about the night music. I love it. Shut up. But I think 3D World theme is kinda, missing a lot of things. They don't even have tracks. How can you how? And 3D World is just missing a lot of things. Sure, they added new things like new enemies from 3D World, but that's not enough in my opinion. Like semi-solids, there's only one semi-solid. There's not a unique backgrounds. Like there's no unique backgrounds to choose from. And yeah, they added like clear pipes, which is pretty cool and stuff. But even the enemies are just reskins of some of them. Like at the end of the day, for example, the end troopers are kind of like Bussy Beetles, but without the shells. Or for example, the trampoline enemies are just nothing more special than just a walking trampoline. I mean, they don't even have one-way gates. Like, if you're gonna make a way, for example, but you can't exit the way, well, good luck. You don't have one-way gates. How can you not have one-way gates? Like, I had so many things where I was just making a level. Oh, here's gonna be a boss. Oh, guess what? I can't block it off because I don't have one-way gates here. I mean, the kind of solution is donut blocks, because they're not, like, semi-solid kind of, like you can't jump underneath them like from the bottom and then you jump up, you jump on them like a new Super Mario Bros. U and stuff like that. But come on, man! And the worst part is, look, you can't stack enemies! Alright, look, I get it, not every enemy is stackable and I would have not mind that at all, but come on. 3D World has stacked Goombas. In Mario Maker, you can't even stack Goombas. What is the logic behind that crap? You can't even stack anything. You can't even stack Meowsers on top of a Meowser on top of a Meowser. So, your dreams of having a big Meowser on top of a big Meowser on top of a big Meowser is completely gone here. So, I don't know if they're gonna add this into an update eventually, like, I don't know, add enemy stacking, thank you very much. Or just, I don't know, like, adding some more stuff. I would really appreciate it because I think 3D World is definitely missing some stuff. And this is a kind of a small thing. I asked for more colored mushroom platforms. Guess what we didn't get? More colored mushroom platforms. And this is just a small thing. I watched GameXplain's video about Super Mario Maker 2, what are the limits of certain things. And I was happy to see things because they upped the ground from 2,000 to 4,000, which is a lot. Because I always ran out of blocks by building a level, and now I don't have to worry about that. I mean, I still, could happen, but the chances are less because I always used every block I had, and it was super annoying for making levels. And they don't even categorize with the barn blocks or stuff like that, so their own separate thing. And with barn blocks, coins and stuff like that, I think you can place about around 100, so pretty good. But to see that they upgraded that crap, but not the enemy limit. Sure, enemy spam is a problem, but I don't enemy spam. I make levels sometimes with a lot of enemies, and that's because the level is large, and I want a real challenge, so, I put a lot of enemies in my level. But they didn't even up it to 100, and I always run out of them. Sure, you can place like 100 per sub area, but even that's sometimes not enough, because I still run out of both. And, I was kinda sad to see that. And the other thing I was disappointed about is that my homie boy Blarg, I said Clark, really? Blarg didn't make it into the game. But don't be fooled, there's still loads of fun to be had in Super Mario Maker 2, in building wise. But even with some limitations, you can still make pretty neat levels. You can still make your traditional levels you liked to make back in the day, or speedrun levels, or Kaizo levels. I'm really bad at that. But what you love to make a Super Mario Maker 1 with some new stuff like, I don't know, Banzai Bills, Sideways Moving Thwomps, and so much more, even Boom Boom. There's still so much creativity left to be had. And this game is just probably even more endless, if that's even possible, than Super Mario Maker 1. And they're probably gonna keep updating this game with even more stuff. So again, you can make your traditional levels, speedrun levels, Kaizo levels, and have different sections with a climbing section, a speedrun section, a really Kaizo section, or a section like this! I mean, to the creating aspect of Super Mario Maker 2, there's so much possibility. But there's even people that don't buy Super Mario Maker 2 for, creating levels. What is there to do? Well, you can play where we just briefly talked about. You can play the story mode. Again, they're Nintendo created courses where you earn money to rebuild the castle. You can either play that or go into Course World. And in Course World, you can play levels created by other people. There are some hot garbage levels, like always, and some beautiful, skippable levels, but also really enjoyable and fun, good-looking levels. And you can always search them up and stuff like that. Hey, play my levels, okay, and give me stars, okay? I want as much stars as possible, thank you very much. There's also Endless Challenge, where you can play an infinite amount of levels, select your difficulty from easy to super expert, and play random courses from Course World and complete as much as you can with a number amount of lives. You can get some hard garbage one like always in Super Expert, or some really good levels, it just all depends what you get. But basically, you play courses from around the world, from Course World, and you play them, and if you finish them, you move on, and you have to beat your record every time you play. And that's kind of real quick talk about what you can do in Super Mario Maker 2. Well, should you pick up these ones today? Oh, definitely not. I picked these back up in the day. But are these still fun to play? Yes, you should definitely still pick this up if you still have a Wii U and you can't afford a Switch. Or you can't afford a Wii U and a Switch. If it's 3DS, yeah, you can pick this up. But come on. You have to pick this game up, man. If you don't have, you're missing out on so much stuff. And there's even people that haven't even played Super Mario Maker 1 on the Wii U or anything like that because they didn't have a Wii U because the Wii U was so poor, blah, blah, blah. We hold it like 60 billion times already. But if you haven't even played Super Mario Maker 1, what are you waiting for? You get everything one has with a lot of extras and even more updates to come, hopefully. Hopefully don't pull a Super Mario Party on us like you expect they're gonna be adding a lot. But they don't do that. But yeah, this is such a fun game, you should definitely pick it up. But the most important rule of video games is, if you're playing it, is there enjoyable music? Well, yes, because all the music in this game is taken from their games itself. So all the Mario Brothers themes are like music is brought into Mario Maker 2 with some new stuff. Like there was never a jungle theme or snow theme in Mario Bros. 1, so they made new music for it, and it's like amazing to listen to. And all the Mario 3D World themes is the music brought over from those games into Mario Maker. So I really love the themes in Mario 3D World, so I love that they're here and I love to listen to them. And here, take a listen for yourself. There's, for example, the new Desert theme from Super Mario Brothers. Or the new ground edit from Super Mario 3D World. Or even the title screen. And that's kind of what the music sounds like in Super Mario Maker 2. I mean, obviously there's more songs in the game, but just play the game and you can listen to the rest of the music by yourself, or just search it up on YouTube. Because in past reviews, I just spent like 3 minutes letting you guys listen to this music. It's not even the best part. You guys are here just, well, do I think about the game and stuff like that. So that's why you can just search it up on YouTube to hear the rest. And here were just a couple of examples. But that's kind of the music. Personally, I love the music because I love the music in 3D world and stuff, and I like what they did with the night themes and stuff like that. But anyway, guys, before we're gonna be ending this review, I want to be talking about some things what I got right and wrong in my prediction video, and right after that, I'm gonna be continuing into something that I like to call predicting again. I'm gonna be predicting again what I would like to see in future updates of Super Mario Maker 2. Like what they could add, what they could fix, what they could, do anything. So, before I end this video, hope you enjoy that. These are the amount of things I predicted, or try not predict. These are the things I got right. Really? Sure, those things can always be added in later in later updates. And that's why I'm still hoping to see most of them. Like, the thing I'm most excited for is our world map. But I'm just gonna real quick talk about a couple things I still want to see in Mario Maker 2 as an update. Alright, let's get out of the way first. The Koopa Links. Add them now. A world map, because you can kind of make your own story mode, and I really want to make my own sort of story mode. So I would really love to see a world map, because let's say I made like 8 levels in the desert and like 6 levels in a ice world. I really want to like lay it out in sort of a map, so kind of transitions like in the new Super Mario Bros. U world map, as you kind of see over here. Just add the homie blog. Add Sumo Bros. I like what they do. Like, they create sort of a shockwave as sort of fire or electricity. I like them, and you can also use them as sort of a mini boss. And I would like to see them in Mario Maker 2 as an update. This is just something small. I hope there's going to be an option to turn off multiplayer for your levels. Just simply because some levels are not even designed for 2 players, and there's even people that break it on and like intentionally break it so you can only play it with 1 player. So please, let there be an option for only 1 player, so no multiplayer is allowed. And that was basically Super Mario Maker 2. Is this game worth picking up? Yes, definitely. There's so many ways to get your money out of this game. Like, let's say you only want making levels. You can do that. You can just, buy the game and have as much fun as you want by infinitely creating levels. Sure, there's a limit on how much levels you can upload, but I still have fun if I can't even upload any levels to just make levels and play them for myself, or just some friends play them. But there's also some people that don't like building things, like they don't like Minecraft, or they don't like just Mario Maker because they don't like building stuff. Well, you can still get your money out of this by just playing courses other people made for you, or playing the Infinite Challenge, or even playing the new story mode, so you can still get your money's worth out of this without even making levels. And of course, if you're a popular YouTuber, you can buy this and don't even make levels and still make the money back. So, but I'm having so much fun. I'm still gonna continue playing this, and I was so freaking happy. It's finally out, and I've been enjoying it. Like, a Mario Maker 1, I have like 500 hours, and like on the 3DS, I have like 60 to 80 hours, and now here, it's gonna be like twice as much. Like, I don't know how much, but I'm excited to really play this game again. So, I'm gonna play this game right now, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'd like to see you next time. But, I think it's time. I think it's time to do what I should have done a long time ago. Look at the dust on this thing. What the heck? Look at the freaking dust, dude. It's time. It's time. It's time. What? You know this thing didn't sell. Nintendo stopped supporting it already by the time.